Hey there, everyone. I am just hopping on really quickly as a continuation of my talk yesterday or on the stories about reality dissolving in chunks. So typically, I talk about our realities are shifting and the tiles of our reality kind of flip over. But really, what I've witnessed, it's just gotten more and more prevalent in the past week, probably week and a half. It's like the bigger chunks are falling apart or falling off. Hello, hello. I'm coming on here on the coattails of chatting with the group from Expand, the mentorship. And we just had a really significant meditation. We had a great talk and then did a meditation, kind of getting the insight as to what's really going on here, especially energetically, cosmically, galactically, and beyond, honestly, on a dimensional level. But it was, the frequencies were where they were. The internet was not stable, went out. It actually went out completely in the middle of the meditation, had to come back on and reset it. So it's quite a powerful time. But I tell you, I woke up this morning, even last night, and whatever is going on, there's no like set course of what is going to happen. It's the feeling of what is afoot. So just check in with yourself. And this isn't going to be for everybody, but for a certain set of people, we know, like in the heart of your heart, like in the core of you, something is different. There's like a rumbling. Your dreams might have been different. You might feel this sense of like kind of frenetic, energetic state, yet at the same time feel deeply tired. A restlessness, higher anxiety. Maybe the fears are kicking up. If the fears are kicking up, that is the key to tap into the love. What came to me last night was that there are a certain set of us who are like spies, and not everyone's going to be in the know, but we kind of came equipped with these super capacities, these abilities, and they're being activated. They've been activated probably, for us in waves. So some people have been activated 30 years ago, some 20, some 10, some, last week. But we're waking up, essentially. And there's a certain section of those people who are waking up to their true nature, to a higher level of consciousness, to a greater perspective, and realizing that there is something more to them and more to life, and that they want to interact and offer something more. And I call that those people are like on the mission of love, like the love mission. And so right now, the best way I can describe it to the layperson is that we're on a mission and our resources are getting low, and we're about to hit like a really important point in the plan, and we need more those outfits, those tools, those technologies, the resource to continue on. And so we hear the helicopters coming in, and that's the best way I can describe it. I don't know what's on the other side of this. I don't get a sense, because I think it's too multidimensional to be able to articulate. And if I was, I would be concerned that I think it's limiting the potential and the possibility. And I think for each person, I sense that for each person it's going to play out uniquely. But I feel like there's kind of a separation of, if you're holding of the frequencies that are holding that deep fear, and those that are on the mission of like love, I guess is the best way to say it. And I'm not laughing at the love mission, but it's just something that hopefully that's relatable. But those of us that are on this mission, we're kind of being peeled off a little bit and asked to hold a frequency despite what we see going on in the external world. Let me be clear. What's happening in our external world is calling us. It can do one of two things. It can lead us into the fear and the shutdown, or it can lead us into the opportunity, because it's kind of like a pressure cooker. And that is what I'm asking people to do. So we see our world dissolving, we see the pain and suffering, we see the destruction going on, whether it's from the earth or from people or something beyond that. And you can watch the chunks come apart, but please, 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 instead of focusing on that, look beyond. You can look at the chunks as they go, acknowledge them, send them love, but look beyond on what is being made available, because there is a set of us that is being asked to hold the space for that new reality birthing through. I posted on my stories a reel from Rita. Go check out that post, because she's talking about the boulders that are in our way and looking beyond the boulders. So again, it's just another way of saying we are not stuck in the problem, be in the solution. Everything that's coming up isn't meant to stick unless you want it to and you really want to lean into that. The only way through this is acknowledging what's in front of you and then seeing beyond, moving through it, and be in the solution. So we all are being pinged at our weak points, our challenge points. And Rita talks about this in her video. It could be, relationship wise, it could be health wise, it can be money, it can be career, whatever it is. Use that instead of it ruling your world. It's coming up pretty loud. Instead of letting it drag you down, say, okay, this is the way that my spirit and my psyche want to find the solution and hold a different frequency. So all that to say, we have a lot of downloads, a lot of dream time, a lot of visitation from galactic cosmic family, because how I'm seeing it is that we're human, we have our kind of galactic family, angelic realms, multidimensional creators of the universe, and then keepers, and then way beyond that. And right now we're being introduced, the veils between us and like our star families and those that live in let's just say other planetary systems that might operate in a lighter, more etheric body. Our ability to connect with them, for some of us, is becoming more present now. The veils, the disruption, the distortion is just clearing out so we can get our messages more easily. Again, it's like the helicopters coming in. That's part of the support. I'm not saying that the beings that we're connecting with are here to save us, because really these beings, these galactic light family, they're just part of our higher self expressions, but we're able to work with them now, because the whole thing that's happening is we're bringing heaven to earth. We are embodying our spiritual nature in physical form, and it is a fucking huge job. It's not for everybody. Not everyone in this world signed up for this, but what I told the group I was, the Expand group today, was that essentially it's like we are, while we are awake, having one kind of system, electrical system, pulled out of our bodies and a new one installed with a much larger capacity. So we're going from like this type of that type of capacity to this. And that can be a mind fuck. That can be a body fuck. That can be a reality, like what the hell's happening. And so I'm just letting you know, if you're feeling any of this, it basically gives you a chance to anchor it into something. You're not losing your mind. For some of us, this is to be expected. There is support out there for you. There are explanations and ways to work with it. I would encourage you to have the conversation, to say, hey, higher self, on all these aspects of me, please ease this up, bring in clarity, help my body, ask for Mother Earth to support you, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Calling your attention and awareness back into yourself from all dimensions, time, and space. You're not alone in this. There are people, we've all been doing this in waves. There are souls here on earth that are ready and waiting to support you and be with you. Like, kind of walk hand in hand or side by side with you as you go through this. There are some souls who have done this, decades ago, and they're here to, they've kind of opened up the path a little bit. Doesn't mean that it's still, it's challenging. You're kind of a ballsy soul if you're doing this. You're one that has been on the path for a long time, like the soul journey, and you're here to try something new and to really usher in a new wave of consciousness into this world. Look, the world was how it was, and that's fine. That was an experience. But the ask, as the planet moves through our cosmos, it's being asked to evolve, to move into a new expression. And the way we do that, and what we call it, is evolution. And it happens through this creative process. Source, the essence of who we are, where we come from, always wants to be creating. Stagnation and stasis is almost like the antithesis. It's an experience of source, but it's almost like a distortion of it. It's a pause in it, and the ask that we're moving into is to be in a more fluid state, essentially. So Earth, as it was, came into a great degree of density for many, many millennia. And now it's moving out of that static, dense state into more fluidity, which means that the things that are really solid and stuck have to break up, i.e. the chunks of reality, so then we can move more fluidly. So then we can have different types of experiences, and we happen to be the ones that are helping usher it in. Nothing wrong with the old paradigm. Truly, from a creative standpoint, it was just something to experience. It was just a shape in the Play-Doh. But now it wants to do something different. It being creation. It wants to have another experience of itself. Doesn't mean, and I'm not trying to devalidate any of the intensity that any of the souls, the individuals experienced in their time during that density. It really can suck. But from an expanded standpoint, we're just moving from stasis into fluidity. And here we are, feet on the ground. It's a shit show. It's not always easy. You're gonna be okay. On some level, you know what you're doing. And if you're not clear now, ask and then get support. I think that's all I have to say for now. I woke up, just as a note here, I woke up really nauseous today. So I'm thinking there is quite a bit of energy that is wanting to kind of come through. So give yourself some time to kind of expand and move the big energy that's wanting to anchor in. Grounding will definitely help you, talking with the earth and synchronizing, using that figure 8 to synchronize with the heartbeat of the earth will be very supportive. But I think I'll be on several times. I might be on several times this week or making posts just to give everyone a chance to have a line-in of connection. And I certainly am not the only one out there. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of souls like myself who are here to anchor in the light and then hold space for people who are on that awakening path, who feel that there is something different. Basically, either they already come in as a sensitive soul and are like, okay, I just can't operate like this anymore, or their reality is falling apart right now, and by default you're sensitive and raw and don't know what to do. So there are pillars out here who have been through that and are here to support souls like you. And I just want you to know that there is a greater meaning and purpose to all that's occurring. And that the ask is for us to be, as best we can, practicing that neutral, unconditional love. That doesn't mean we don't have ups and downs. That doesn't mean that there's not darkness that comes up. It doesn't eliminate any of the human experience. of the duality and the ups and downs. I'm just saying our ask as we evolve is to become more and more that clear, solid pillar of light, and holding the frequency of that unconditional love, because that's kind of like the essence, the foundation of creative force, as best that I can interpret it and share, and hold that while we're moving from solidity into this more flow state. All right. Any questions? And if you're needing support and your field is feeling, what do I do? I'm offering one-on-one sessions. I'm offering a handful of like high contact, high touch, one-on-one, like daily support platforms on the Voxer platform. And I also offer group healing sessions with Mel at Collaborative Healing every Saturday. And last but not least, expand the mentorship, the group mentorship. I'll be starting that back up in September. I kind of got to see how things play out. But if you're interested in any of those things, check out the link in my bio or send me a note. Just either direct message me, especially for the one-on-one intensive. That I haven't set up anything for that. That's just more of like a first come, first serve. Reach out to me and we'll see if we're a good fit, and we'll do the deep dive. That's really great for the walking right next to you during some of the more challenging times. All right, so thank you for being here. I sending love and support for you on your journey, and celebration for what is revealing for all of us. We've made it. Like, this is a big, huge, monumental moment for souls who feel this call, and it's in celebration here. So whatever is going on, I just want to celebrate you and thank you for being who you are. And I look forward to connecting with you very soon. Be well.